Welcome back everyone, hope everyone's doing okay. Like I said in last video, I was going to show you some LEGO Star Wars last video, but I had a few technical problems with the game. I was playing Revenge of the Sith with Yoda, and it wasn't a very good level to show off the capabilities and the performance, because I was like... The thing with this game is, a lot of the levels run really well from what I've experienced. I've played episodes 1, 2 and 3. I'm going through it chronologically instead of like 4, 5, 6, then 1, 2, 3. So, yeah. So I kind of played that off camera, and then I've come back with episode 4, which I can load into and show you guys today. But it was literally just I think it's on N bar, when you're saving the Wookiees with Yoda. The frame rate was a bit iffy, a bit off. Like it was like sub 30, and I was running it at multiple different settings. Apparently the settings don't really make much of a difference in this, because something to do with the TDP, and if it was running 25 watt TDP, then the settings would make a massive difference in the frame rate. But because it isn't, no matter if you run it from like low to high, the frame rate's not going to change that much. So yeah, it was running at like sub 30, which wasn't good, but it was literally one of the only areas which I experienced that. So like I say, it was like the Endor level with Yoda, but it was for like one half of the level. So because it's a lot of forest and like, I want to say foliage, but in Lego it's not foliage, is it? It's still bricks. So yeah, I thought I'd show you the episode 4. So I'm trying to revive this PS5 controller at my PS5. It's about to fall off the desk. Right, there we go. So with this being like an interior scene with Leia at the start, it shouldn't be massively... I should show you like it's the average frame rate you can get on this. I've had like 60 before. I normally run it at 30 though, because it doesn't make much of a massive deal playing this at 30 over 60, and you get a really nice bump in battery life too. I think I have it running at 30 at the minute. Let's have a look. Yeah, so I'll just shoot it up to 60 for now. This is pre-rendered anyway, so it's not going to make much of a change here. I've changed my filming, so I was originally filming in 4K, then downscaling for the sake of the render times and upload times, but I've changed it so that I'm recording in 1080 now, and you should be able to tell the difference because I'm also recording at 60 FPS. I would have done that with 4K, but it would have taken too much storage for me to then render in 4K at 60 as well, so hopefully the video quality is not terrible. I'm also just slightly to the right of my bookshelf. I know that it was a nice backdrop, but for the sake of resting my arms on the desk, this is definitely a lot more comfortable for me, so will hopefully like stop me from being too low and too high as well. So there we go. So as you can see, yeah, like I said, interior scenes, I kind of knew this would be a 60. Not massively a lot going on. The reflections are really nice though. The game does look amazing for the fact that it's a Lego game. So if I just quickly show you the settings I'm running at. As you can see, high. I always keep that on FXAA because I don't want it to be too taxing on the CPU. Image sharpening is not amazing. It kind of like over sharpens the image, so it tries to make it look more 4K, but it just ends up looking too sharp. No, because I accidentally changed the resolution, so yeah, there we go. I'm excited to play through episodes 4, 5 and 6. I did really enjoy the Anakin Obi-Wan fight at the end of Revenge of the Sith. That was a pretty sick fight. I mean, the boss fights in this are surprisingly entertaining and fun. Like, it's not just a mashing of buttons and then one of you is like blown into bricks. It's like calculated, just like the films, like all over the different map and stuff. It's really cool. We've got the stormtroopers, and this will give me a chance to use a blaster for a change. I've been using Jedi's for quite a long time on this. And as you can see, gyros work perfectly. I mean, this is a perfect example for why the gyros are so cool on the Steam Deck. As you can see, I'm not even having... If I was using it like a regular device, it'd be such like quick... It's like quite jerky, the movements, whereas the gyro is very smooth, like a mouse. You can just tweak it a tiny bit. Anyway, I love gyros. I'll always love Always love gyros. Hey, Darth Vader. So cool. Nice. Like I said, the screen space reflections, they all look insane in this area. This is really cool. For it to be running at 60 as well, pretty damn smooth. I'm at 55%, getting about an hour and 20. So by that logic, I mean, it is based on levels. So obviously all levels aren't going to run as smooth as this one. So you're going to be getting like 2 hours and 40 minutes max, depending on level, because that will change. If I'm in like outdoor levels with a lot of sun rays and just bigger open areas, you're going to get less battery life than that. Yeah, I do like the blaster style. Pretty cool. Just like a third-person shooter, I guess, isn't it? I will change to 30 just to show you what it's like at 30. Yeah, I had a comment in the last video. Thanks for mentioning it, by the way. But you can definitely tell a difference now in 30 and 60. Look at these stormtroopers blasted. I wonder if their aim is as terrible as it is in the films. Oh my god. I shot his helmet off. Bro, I don't want to kill him now. He's a real person. That's funny. No way, I can just... Why would I wear that? Would I... Like, armor, I guess? No, it's really strange how you can shoot their helmets off. Kinda don't want to kill them, because I see that they're actually people underneath the helmet. Ooh. Pretty cool. I do like the combat system as well. It's definitely a lot more in-depth than regular LEGO Star Wars games. Or just LEGO games in general, I guess. A really cool feature that I haven't really spoken about that much on the Steam Deck is the ability to stream from your PC. If you have a decent PC with like a decent graphics card, you can literally just stream it straight to using the it's actually built into Steam. So if I just quickly go to library and choose a random game, you can choose this Steam Deck, or you can choose your Windows PC. If it's on the same network with Steam open, you can literally just click that. It'll stream the game from your PC to the deck. You'll get about 6 or 7 hours of battery life, and it'll run just as good as it does on your PC, because technically your PC's playing it, but you're streaming it to your console. So yeah, that is awesome, and it works amazingly well too. Like, I tried it yesterday. The latency is like not noticeable. It's like native. I don't know what the hell Steam are doing behind the scenes, but it works. As long as you have a decent internet connection, of course. But yeah, this is that LEGO Star Wars. I know this has been a bit of a longer showcase, but I mean, this game's just come out. I just want to showcase the fact that it runs really well. Only one thing I had to do on it was, if we just go to library, we find it again. So only one thing I had to do on it was I had to go manage, oh no I didn't, I had to go properties, compatibility, and I actually installed a new Proton layer. You do it through the desktop mode, but you don't have to do that. You can go to experimental and it will work on experimental, but apparently this guy has released his Proton layer and it fixes a lot of bugs in some of the Proton games, so it's just worth having on your deck anyway. Yeah, so LEGO Star Wars. I'll move on to another game. Welcome back. I'm now showing off some Sleeping Dogs. Another gem I haven't played in a long time, but it's basically like GTA, but set in Hong Kong. I'm pretty sure this is set in Hong Kong, right? I'm pretty sure it is. But yeah, it's basically like GTA, but Hong Kong style. Very cool. You play as like an undercover cop in like the Triad gangs. But yeah, as you can see, this is running at a smooth 60. This has never been brought to any console like the Switch. I mean, they had a definitive edition that was brought to like the Xbox One, but wasn't as good as the PC version. And yeah, it runs really well. I mean, this is very early on in the game, but if I just get a car out, I can show you some of the... I'll get a bike out actually. I can show you some of the actual city. But yeah, I'm sure like many of you guys, like you played this back in the day but kind of forgotten about it, but it just works. So definitely replay it when you get your Steam Decks. Remember this game you used to be able to like jump from car to car or something? That was awesome. That, like, I remember doing that in Pursuit Force, if you remember that PSP game. Which leads me on to my next point. If you guys want to see any emulation from me, I'm planning on doing some PS2 emulation, some PSP emulation, and probably some PS1 emulation, but that's very like, maybe not PS1 emulation because that's like, you know it's going to work, so what's the point of showing it? If you want to see PS1 emulation, let me know, but it'd be more like GameCube, PS2, and, sorry bro, like Wii U maybe. More of them, like, more modern consoles. So yeah, let me know. Probably be starting with PS2 though, because that is my go-to emulated console. I'm trying to remember how I jumped from... Oh, there we go, that was cool. Let's go try... Actually, let me show you the battery life. So, 51%, you're looking at around an hour and 50, which is pretty good. So you get around 3 hours with like a full battery, which is pretty nice for 60 FPS. And I'll show you the settings I'm running at. So it's pretty much straight up medium, full screen on. If I need to bump that up to high, show you advanced options anyway, but so that's the kind of stuff we're running at the minute. Let's just see if this still holds 60. And yep, awesome. Game looks great, runs at 60. See if we're gonna have a fight with these guys. I'm pretty sure they were trying to fight with me just then. Yeah, cool. It's got like that Batman Arkham style fighting where you can like counter people with like the Y button, I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, it is. Very satisfying combat system. If you want to see some Arkham games, let me know. I do really enjoy Arkham. Finished Arkham City on the Ioneer as well, which was really nice. So if it runs on the Ioneer, you expect it to be able to run on this. Stop blocking, man. Got served. Alright, there we go. And back on the bike. I do really want to see how I can jump for... Oh! Bruh, that's exactly why you wear helmets. Damn. He has the audacity to fight me, even though he just run straight into me. Dude. Ah, there we go. That's what I wanted to do. Yeah, that's a really cool feature in this game. You can literally do it from any car to any car, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, Sleeping Dogs. If you love GTA, and you love like anything relating to like triads, undercover cops, definitely give it a go. It's from like 2013, I'm pretty sure. Runs perfectly on the Steam Deck. We just do the usual. We'll drop it to 30. You can see how not as smooth it is now. I definitely would want to play this in 60, just because I've experienced it in 60 now. You could get used to it in 30, it's not the end of the world. But it should bump your battery life up. If it doesn't, play it at 60. Yeah, so the battery life is currently just going up. Might even hit 2 hours. Yeah, so you're looking at like an extra 2 hours, an extra like half an hour battery life. So get 4 hours instead of like 3 hours. Very cool. Sleeping Dogs. Welcome back. Gonna show you some Dying Light now. A great zombie game. not too long ago got ported to the Switch, so it'll be interesting to see how it runs here. Didn't look amazing on Switch, but the fact that they had it running in the first place, big up to the studios. We've got VSync on, texture quality high, medium. I guess you could say it's like a mixture of medium to high, but more so medium than high. Every time I load into this save, I get attacked by a zombie. You'll be able to see the loading time as well. I'm pretty sure this is running off my SD card, so it'll give you an idea of what the SD card loading time's like on Dying Light. It's not as quick as some other games I've tested on the Steam Deck, but it's not terrible. Still loading. There we go. So not terrible, but it is a little bit of a load time. But remember that there's not many load times in the game. See? Always getting attacked by that zombie every time. Right. Got it locked at 30 to start with, but this one is a battery drainer. So if you was hoping this one might knock you a few hours, it doesn't. It sucks the battery dry. It's if you really want to play this at 60, you're looking at like an hour and a half. But 30, not too bad. An hour and 40. So what's that, like? Probably like over 3 hours. So if you're happy playing this at 30, I mean, it looks 10 times better than the Switch one does. So technically, definitely worth playing. So, but you'll see what I mean. Like, we'll jump to 60. It zucks the battery. So really smooth and nice. Would ideally play this at 60. From medium to high settings, runs at 60. Looks amazing. I mean, this is what the Steam Deck is for, you know, to play games like this. I don't actually have the gyro enabled on this. Interesting. But to be fair, you don't like shoot a lot of guns in this. It's more so the combat with the weapons. So if I just quickly kill a few more zombies, I can hear the fan like ramping up now. It's probably going to give me like 40 minutes of battery life or something. Maybe like an hour, 5. Right, if I just show you the battery life now, yeah, 51 minutes, 50 minutes. So, I mean, if you work that out, you're looking at an hour and 40, an hour and 35, 40, depending on what you're doing in the game. But it's the sacrifices you've got to make for that better, smoother frame rate, for sure. Love the grappling hook on this, but sadly you don't get it till quite a high level into the game. See if I can grapple all the way over there. So cool. Haven't played the second one though, which is a shame. I mean, I've heard like not exactly mixed things, but it's not as good as people were hoping it was. But I'm going to look at grabbing that soon if it's on sale at some point. But yeah, I'll see if that works on the Steam Deck as well. Definitely be more demanding than this one though, for sure. But as you can see, this is great. This is definitely a game you should play on the Steam Deck, for sure. Gyros would be nice with a bow. A lot of enemies here. I want to grab my arrow again, please. Thank you. Drop it back down to 30. Show you that the battery life jumps right up. Oof. Shit. Uh-oh. Give me back my arrow. Oh no! No! No idea what just hit me, but I'm not losing survival points. So, yeah, at the sake of my survival points, I'm going to exit the game. That was Dying Light. If you want to see some more, let me know. Like I say, the next video will probably be PS2 emulation, and then we'll see what happens from there. But yeah, the next video will be PS2 emulation, so leave me some comments of stuff you want to see on the PS2. I was going to end the video there, but then I scrolled through my library and saw Dishonored, and thought, you know, Dishonored is a perfect game for this device. Not too new, not too old, but like, you just know it's going to run well. Second one, a bit iffy, because that was a lot harder to run on normal PCs. There's a lot of performance issues for that one. But the first one is very solid. Amazing game. As you can see, could bump that up to high, but I'm going to keep it at medium for now. And yeah, I'll show you what Dishonored's like. And you expect Dishonored, I mean, the loading time is super quick. Shit, I'm going to get spotted here. Past me, screwing future me over right there. This is at 30 FPS, so I'll show you what it's like. Oh shit, I'm getting attacked. Okay. Well, this will be a good test for the frame rate for sure. I'll just quickly show you what battery we're getting. So an hour and 19 at 44%. I'm going to boost up to 60. Oh. And we're at 60. I don't know why that took so long to get up to 60. I don't know if this area's got some like harder to run bits, but it seems to be pretty locked at the minute. Maybe the TDP was just ramping up a little bit more, I don't know. But yeah, I wouldn't actually play Dishonored like this. I do try and play it as stealthy as possible. But for the sake of this video, I'm not going to reload it, so we'll just settle with the under attack mode. One of the best things about Dishonored is finding routes, different routes to get into different buildings and do the objective in so many different ways. It's just, the blink ability has to be one of my favourite traversal techniques in any game. So useful at just getting to higher places. This building's massive. What the hell? Might have just found a secret rune area. I did. Awesome. Ooh, story part. For the sake of the video, I won't spoil anything for people who haven't played this. I will just continue playing. This guy's going to start attacking me. He is. He's infected. Thanks for that, bro. But yeah, as you can see, this game is perfect for the Steam Deck. Runs at 60. Just blink over here. Amazing stealth game if you haven't played it. Definitely worth the second run through for sure. I mean, there's so many different ways you can play each level, so it's very replayable. And for the sake of showing you, 53 minutes on 42%, so you know full well if you're, it's not going to be the best battery life ever, but if you bump that up, if you have like 95% battery life, you're going to be looking at probably like 2 hours 50 minutes, 2 hours 40, so not terrible. Depending on what scene you're in, obviously, that's all dependent on what area you're in, what scene you're in. I mean, this is quite far into the game. I'd say about 60% in. And if you spend a lot of time walking around indoors, your battery life's going to go up because it's just not having to render as much, you know. So it's all dependent on that as well. But yeah, I just thought like Dishonored is an absolutely insane stealth game. So definitely one you should check out on the Steam Deck again. See what I mean by the blink ability being such a sick traversal thing? It's funny because when I play other games, I'm like looking at areas, I'm like, damn, if I had the blink ability, I'd be able to get up there. Like up here, if you jump and time it right, I mean, I don't know if I'm even allowed to get up there, maybe that bit's off limits, but you're allowed to just, it allows you to just get so high up to places that you wouldn't normally be able to get to. See if you can avoid him. Perfect bit of stealth there. Love to see it. If you're anything like me, you will like reload and quick save a lot in this game. Just because, like, you miss things and get spotted.
If he comes back, I'll earn another promotion.
Blink through here. Avoid the person. And get spotted by a load of lepers. Cool. Exactly. And at this point I would have reloaded because, like, they're now going to come and ruin my stealthiness. Bruh. But yeah, that's Dishonored, guys. Works perfectly on the Steam Deck.